Greetings and salutations, and welcome once again to the Capeless Crusaders live at Empire's Comics Vault.
Yeah!
My name is David Barrie at Dr. Barrie on varying social media platforms, including Pinterest, but not limited to Pinterest. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Usually Piper is here to make the joke, but he's not here. But he's officiating weddings. So, to my right, as always.
Yeah. If your girl only knew, that you was trying to get with me. This is the Azorian one, Anthony Esteves, going to somewhat lob it, not all the way over there, but to the right here.
Right here. Hi. I'm not the Mad Piper.
Mm-mm.
You're much prettier. My wife's not gonna watch.
He didn't
She
tell
is
me
now.
She's here with the newborn.
If your girl only knew.
I'm Amy. You can find me at IJNewRobot on the varying social medias, and Piper ain't here. I'm not as mad as Piper, but Steve is getting close.
I think we found the name of the episode.
So apparently, the person sitting over here that tells me I'm extra purty.
There it is.
You're not
Our
Piper.
super special guest. He's not Piper either.
And coincidentally enough, my wife's name is Amy, so.
Yeah, wait.
She would probably leave.
This just
Sorry.
You
My wife,
alone.
no offense, my wife is prettier than you.
I'm okay
Hi.
with that. You married her.
This is getting
My name is Manderson. I am not really on social media, but you can reach me at this Manderson on the Twitter, and I'll have David respond for me at some point.
The Twitter.
Jesus.
It's not called the Twitter?
No,
No.
just
I
Twitter
call it the
now,
interwebs.
man.
Well, you did ask if websites need capitals. So speaking of websites,
Sacramento.
do you see that segue? That segue to the fact that we have a website. It is thecapelesscrusaders.com.
Yes, we do.
It's right
No
there.
caps.
It's gonna be there.
It's gonna
There
be-
it is on there.
TheCapelessCrusaders.com, where you can find anything related to the Capeless Crusaders,
Anything.
our social media, our articles. I think we're going to have a review of a Batman up there at some point once Piper finishes officiating weddings and so on.
true.
So this week on the episode, we're going to be doing a couple things. We're going to go around the horn, as always. We're going to talk about some comic books. We also have some news. With the news monkey will be delivering to us. We also have...
No.
We'll find him. We'll find him.
I just
Later.
now I just want to do the Dane Cook, the monkey. We gotta go. Anyway, so I'm also gonna be talking about when I was in Las Vegas recently.
Vegas,
it
baby.
does relate to comic books, I promise. And then we also have a segment called Should or Should Not, which basically we're gonna talk about whether or not some comics should be turned into movies or TV or not. Cool. So. As always, when we are in a comic book store and we are surrounded by comic books on all sides, we like to go round the horn. You don't get to do the horn thing when
He
you're
does
the
now.
guest here, because you're on my side.
Hey, stop.
I hate all of you. Jeez. Wait, why are you? He did it with you.
You're not Piper.
That's gonna be the thing. You're just not.
You love me more and you know it.
You're not Ron.
Piper, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I
When
was
we go-
debating the entire time when we got there. I had to fill in the bass tuba.
that was good. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Sorry, Kurt.
The sousaphone is more.
The
I was
more
in,
you know.
I was in band.
I was not. I
Uh,
play cool instruments like bass guitar.
I'm just gonna
okay.
stay like this.
You're
You
never
stay
coming
for
back
now.
on this show. Why has it been so long since you've been on the show?
Now
this
we know.
is
Like
why.
that.
This tomfoolery is
You
why.
know why.
But by the way, we were going around the horn. We go around the horn. We go around the table in a circular fashion, except for the fact that we no longer have a circular table. I think the last time we had a circular table was when Manderson was here.
Yeah,
That's
we
true,
were in
yeah.
a garage.
Yeah, we were in the garage. When we go around the horn, we go around the table. We talk about what comic books we've been reading this week. Steve's, I'm not going to start us off this week.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not selfish.
Stepping down off this ego.
Not selfish.
Letting the tequila wear off, and you get to go.
So proud of you.
Unprepared. Anyway, so I read two comics, one from DC, one from Marvel. We'll go with the DC. I'm continuing in the Batman, the War of Jokes and Riddles. There it is. Look at the showdown. Look at the showdown. You got Joker and Riddler playing cards. There's a gun there. Joker's angry. Riddler's smiling. I was saying, I'm reading you when I saw that. Anyway, basically, the war between Riddler and Joker has gotten heavier. All the rogues gallery have split. Clayface, I think, is with Riddler. Joker, he's got Mr. Freeze. He's got Mr. Freeze with him. And basically, Gotham is like one side belongs to Riddler, one side belongs to Joker, and there's a war going on.
Who would you want, Mr. Freeze or Clayface, on your team?
Is it animated series, Mr. Freeze, or
No,
Arnold?
Or is it
no, it's
Arnold?
Arnold.
Oh.
No. He comes in, he's like, "Nice to meet you."
I may ask Gordon to
He's like,
arrest
everybody,
me.
everybody,
if,
chill.
Who gets Bloodhaven?
They don't mention Bloodhaven. Sorry.
My joke.
Nightwing's on that one. But everything's split in half. People are caught in the middle. Batman wants to go in and just basically fight everybody. But Gordon is telling him, no, the feds are going to get involved. We need to ride this thing out and learn more about it. Gordon has to go in and meet each one. He meets them both by their, like, the not ramifications, the stipulations. So when Gordon has to meet Joker, well, Gordon is stripped down to his underwear, which kind of shouts out to the Killing Joke slightly.
Actually,
And then-
his underpants.
Yes, and that's true. And Riddler has him in a jumpsuit when they meet, and they have
Prison
all the,
jumpsuit.
Exactly, and that's what they're communicating. And Batman hates it. Batman hates it completely. And there's just innocent people who are being torn apart throughout this war, and it's emotional. It's emotional.
Cool.
It was. This one's the one being written by Tom King, of course, the sheriff of Babylon. I looked up the artist, Mikhail Jamin. We have a caller. Caller.
First time caller.
Not the caller.
First
No.
time caller, long time listener.
Hey. It's Piper,
Long
we're
time
not
caller,
answering.
first time listener. But yeah, that's where the war is there. It's really well drawn. I like the animation by Michael Jamin, I believe it's how
Jamin.
Jamin. He's Jamin. And Tom King, I like his writing. It's very intriguing writing. It's very dark writing. It's perfect for Batman. It's a new angle to Batman because he's narrating the whole thing. Sometimes it's in past tense, sometimes it's currently at the moment, but he's basically at a point where he can't do much right now. They have to wait and see. They're at that point where they have to wait and see what's about to happen while these rogues galleries are fighting each other. And it's all because Joker can't laugh anymore. Nothing makes the Joker laugh anymore. He's all upset and pissed. He tells a joke, doesn't find it funny.
Right, which is why he was killing all the comedians.
Exactly.
He'd have the comedian come up, tell a joke. If he didn't laugh, he'd kill them, which
Yep.
is why there was just a pile of comedians on the floor.
Yeah, it's a different take on Joker, and Riddler is about the same. He's got the same ego and everything, and it's making you choose a side, and Batman just watching, and it's intriguing.
Cool.
It's very intriguing. My second story.
Yeah, keep it short.
Sorry.
I was waiting.
My second story is a good one. So there was Captain America Steve Rogers and there was Captain America Sam Wilson. This one is simply called Captain America, and the cover, oh my God, there it is. Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers facing off. Yeah, that's the face I made when I saw that picture.
good.
I'm like, oh my, because as we all know, Cap is now Hydra. Sam is the only heroic Captain America we have right now, and Hydra is in control of everything, and Sam is the leader of the
Resistance.
Resistance. Thank you. And it's
Uprising.
it's weird seeing Steve evil.
Yeah.
It's weird, but I like Sam. That image right there, just the two of them staring, is like Steve-ul.
I like that way too much.
Steve-ul. Anyway, those are the two that I read,
Funny.
and I'm enjoying them quite very much.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, hey, thanks. Hey,
Good job.
thanks.
I'm proud of you. Manderson, as
Yes.
our guest, would you like to go next?
You insist, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
All right. Well, as some of you may or may not know, I'm a huge Star Trek nerd. So I've been diving into some Star Trek comics, and I started reading Star Trek Boldly Go. That is not it.
That's mine.
There it is. Yeah. And it picks up.
Looks really even funnier from our direction.
Live TV, ladies and gentlemen.
It picks up after the end of the last movie, and basically the original cast or the original characters encounter the Borg, and they tie it in really well. It's a good story. I've been surprised about how good the Star Trek comics have been. I didn't like that Spock couldn't be assimilated, and the reason why, but you know, it was
Wait, why is
Spock is-
I'm not going to read it. Why?
Spock, like, he outlogicked the Borg, and so they couldn't assimilate him. Like, we can't assimilate you because your brain power is too much or something. It's like,
He's too smart.
that's
He's too good for them.
That's not how it
That's
works.
stupid.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
very
that's the only thing I
stupid.
didn't like. Everything
Tell
else,
Dr. Foss she's too smart for the Borg now.
Oh yeah. Yep. Dr.
Dr.
Foss.
everything else was good. They're not on the Enterprise right now because the Enterprise A is being built. Because if you haven't seen the movie, Enterprise got destroyed.
No.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm
Spoiler alert
sorry.
from 4 years ago.
So they're on another ship, but it's the continuing voyages of the new ship.
Chris Pine, okay? Is he all
Chris Pine's fine.
right? Okay, cool.
So is Zoe Saldana.
She's also
right,
well. She's on Vulcan, New Vulcan.
Zachary
Anyway,
Quinto.
anyway. So the second book that I read this week was Wiccan Divine number 29, and I've been going in and out of the Wiccan Divine, and I'm really starting to like. It's picking up. They've kind of defeated the first thing, and they're in the second story arc, and they're trying to figure out what this darkness is that they're trying to overcome. And one of the gods, Sekhmet, I got it right the first time. She went crazy at the end of number 28, started killing a bunch of people, and now she's in hiding. And so this issue, they've been trying to find her, and they're like plotting, or how are we going to fight the darkness? We need to find Sekhmet and all this kind of stuff. It's a little bit of an interlude leading up to what I assume is going to be an awesome showdown with whatever the darkness really is.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Anderson.
Hate you.
I see what you did
I
there.
hate you so much.
Never
Amy,
heard that before.
Hi.
What have you been reading?
I read stuffs and things.
Oh,
I
good.
appreciate that.
Moving on. Oh,
Anyway,
sorry.
I know. So I did a couple things. I did something old and something new. So I read cautionary fairy tales and fables.
Blue.
I don't have anything blue. Oh my gosh, stop it.
Cautionary.
Cautionary fables and fairy tales. It's volume. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not up on the microphone. Oh my God. Continuing problem. So it's a collection of fables and fairy tales that are drawn by a whole bunch of different artists, and it's more modern retellings. So there's Jack and the Beanstalk, the Singing Bone, Tatter. I think his name was Tatter Word. Like, it's a really great way to approach fairy tales and fables for kids. So it's super PG, but it's more traditional. It's like the traditional fairy tales and fables. So it's not like, oh, we're gonna change it like Disney did. Huh. Anyway, and I love Disney. Don't get me wrong. And then the next one I read was Secret Warriors, which is a tie-in for Secret Empire. So as you heard from Senor Esteves,
That's me.
Cap is Hydra in control of everything, and the Secret Warriors are like a small subsect of the rebellion, the revolution, whatever you're calling it, the resistance. There you go. And it's basically a road trip, and we've got Daisy, aka Quake. So if you're watching Agents of Shield,
If anyone's still watching Agents
and
of Shield,
if you are, or even if you like mildly saw it, it works.
First 5 episodes.
less and less pilot.
I stopped. Anyway, Karnak, as well as Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and then Miss Marvel, and one guy, and I can never remember his name, but he's Inhuman. He's basically like Johnny Storm. Anyway, it's a really kind of crazy, awesome, weird road trip. They're looking to find an Inhuman who is supposed to apparently turn the tide and help all the Inhumans fight Captain America. And there's really like quippy things coming out of Karnak, and Devil Dinosaur is riding in a trailer, and he looks like a giant puppy dog. And Lunella is just super wicked smart, and it's really funny, and it's
Wicked
really like
smack.
Fucking smat.
Let's go over to
One more?
Smack kids.
there we go.
Smat.
Any more?
No, that's all I got.
Okay, just checking. Anyway,
That padded.
I like the book. I work in comics.
You do.
You should read it.
Yes.
Trust her.
Barrie.
Yes.
Barrie.
Hi.
Hey.
Save the
How's the tequila?
tequila.
Hey, Smack guy, what are you reading?
What am I reading? I got. So I read two books. One of which was Space Ghost.
Ooh.
Coast to Coast?
Yes,
Ooh,
not
yeah.
Coast to Coast. So I read Space Ghost.
Nice.
Which was actually a book that's basically told the origin story of Space Ghost.
Oh.
Which is something that was never actually told in the cartoon because it was the 60s.
Later show host?
And it was dark. Unnecessarily dark.
DC comic.
And no, but not like DC dark. Like they took all we ever knew about Space Ghost is he flew around, he was invisible, he shot lasers.
Hosted Late
He
Show.
had the
The Late
kids.
Show.
He hosted a late show. It was
Didn't they have a
fantastic.
monkey,
He had
too?
Moldar.
Yeah.
He had a monkey along with him. And
Where's
the
White
two
after
kids.
Labor Day?
So the thing about
Always does.
Space Ghost is they never told his origins. They told his origin, and it was super violent. Like he has a wife who is pregnant, and she gets murdered.
Oh.
And he is almost killed by these other space cops, and it's like unnecessarily dark.
That's
It
why
was-
he's so funny?
It was good. Yeah, it didn't make any sense because I'm like, I don't remember the cartoon ever being like, this guy seems like his wife and unborn child were killed recently.
Great
Like,
show.
the book is good. The art is good, but it just feels weird that it's Space Ghost. It could have been anybody else, but I didn't feel like it should have been Space Ghost.
Next is the telling of Mickey Mouse.
Exactly. Minnie Mouse,
no.
whose first wife, Manilda, was murdered.
Minerva. It's
yeah,
not
Minerva. She was murdered by the
Mouse.
evil queen.
Mickey Mouse has a second wife?
Exactly.
Well,
They're not-
Minnie's
they're not
got
married.
Mortimer.
Oh, they're not married.
they're not
They've
married.
never
Sorry,
been married.
Disney nerds.
Minnie and Goofy.
The other thing that I read,
No.
If
Hey.
your girl only.
We're not going to go that deep because then we have to figure out Goofy has a son.
Aaliyah.
So check that.
oh, interesting. The other book that I read was Haunt, Volume 1. So Haunt was a failed
Ooh.
attempt. Yeah. failed attempt
Sorry,
at
you
a
guys can't see
project
the cover. It looks
by Robert Kirkman, a.k.a. the creator of The Walking Dead, and Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn.
That's
They
a great
also had,
team up.
And Capullo's on that.
and yeah, Capullo, because he worked a lot with McFarlane. So basically, it follows the story of a priest who is not a very good priest. He smokes. He has weekly visits to the prostitute. He is not good. And his brother is this mercenary who goes on these crazy missions, and the only person he can talk to about it is his brother because he's a priest. So he basically goes in for confession, and that's the only way he can feel better about himself. The mercenary brother is killed. His ghost then haunts the priest's brother, and he tries to jump in and save him, and he becomes this like two personality superhero with ghost powers, and it's not that good.
Like Oppenheimer and Manhattan Project.
Kind of, yeah.
You made it sound really interesting.
That's a great
I
team.
mean, it's
but-
basically just white, he does it instead of green like Spawn, he has white, and that's basically it's the exact same story. Mercenary who gets
powers.
killed, comes back from the dead. It's
It
Todd
covers both Todd McFarlane with Spawn and Kirkman's Walking Dead.
yeah, and it wasn't that good. Apparently, I wasn't impressed by either of the things that I read.
You chose
Read better
poorly.
comics.
Yeah, read
Chose
better comics.
poorly.
I still enjoy them, but whatever, they were fine. So yeah, that's about wrap it up for Around the Horn. So
And
we got
you work
some
in comics.
we got some news from the News Monkey.
Thank you, Monkey.
Oh, where is it?
That was really
He's
terrible.
fast.
There's
Yeah,
no
he's
deep,
really-
deep,
he's really
deep,
quick.
deep, deep,
And
deep,
then,
deep, deep,
wait,
deep.
hang on. There's
There you go. You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
there's
yeah.
the paper.
For those who only listen on podcast.
I'm giving up.
That is the paper for the news.
This just in.
not really.
Not really. The monkey's a
This
little
was
slow.
news a couple weeks ago.
Well, first start off with the picture that was released by a certain Ryan Reynolds, and that was the picture of Josh Brolin looking yoked.
Ooh.
Okay, the guy. The
I'm
background.
sorry, it's not on. It's not on the TV, you guys.
Brolin's first movie was
Look-
The
look-
Goonies, and he
Yes.
was the buff brother who's sitting there working out. Brolin is now 49 and looks better than he
Better.
did at 17. The guy's pulling off this, and it looks more detailed than mine
But why is he doing that?
because he's Cable.
That's the
in
way.
Oh.
Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
It's not Green Lantern 2.
No,
Oh, okay.
no, that's not happening. That's not happening.
Great.
Where you been? Do you see Deadpool?
You're not allowed to be on the show.
Did you see Deadpool?
Ever
Yes, I
again.
did. It was fantastic.
Thanks.
Okay, all right, good.
The fun fact: Ryan Reynolds, his
Fun
Twitter
fact.
handle is Van City Reynolds. Just figured out that means Vancouver. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was always confused.
I
I'm
thought
like,
he made like a funny van name for his Twitter account. Van City Reynolds. Anyway,
so
there's
he
that
released
picture.
he released the image of Josh Brolin's Cable.
released
It looks fantastic.
two.
Two.
Two of them.
One the
There's a
sh-
full body, and
And
it's
and it
Yeah,
looks
he's
fantastic.
doing the and he's got the bill.
yeah, Google it.
your googlies.
Right now. Give it a
Also,
googs.
big development.
Yeah, Google it, girl. You got this. Okay.
Big development now. So there you go. Disney has Marvel.
Mm.
Warner Brothers has DC.
Mm-hmm.
And now Netflix has Millar World.
Which means nothing to most people.
This is true.
Did you guys like The Kingsman?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Kingsman,
So,
Kingsman.
for those of you who are unaware, Mark Millar is a comic book writer, and he has written some fantastic books.
So good.
Civil War.
So good. He wrote Civil War for
War.
Marvel. He's written all kinds of stuff. He has his own division called Millar World, which is where all of his books reside. Chrononauts, Secret Service, aka the Kingsman, Reborn, all kinds of stuff. And basically, he was working with Fox.
Yes.
Fox, and he was like an executive producer on all our projects. And I thought they had greenlit a bunch of his stuff. But apparently, whatever was not greenlit at Fox is now going to be done by Netflix.
So now Netflix will have their own comic book world that you'll be seeing on Netflix probably within the next year.
Yeah.
As they're filming as we speak.
Which should be great.
Huck.
Oh, Huck.
Oh,
yeah.
Huck will be so good.
If you haven't read Huck, was that 6 issues?
It was
Yes.
6 issues. It's if Captain America meets Forrest Gump.
Yes.
That was the only way
That's
I could
actually
really.
really nice.
Yeah, it's the
Put
only way
it-
I can describe it. It's
And it's
perfect.
an outstanding story.
It's wonderful.
It was outstanding.
And it's little, and it's basically one little tiny
Yeah,
book that you
Millar,
pick up.
Millar
It's
does
easy.
really good at he's a 6-issue guy. He's always 6 issues, so you can always get a collected trade if you want to read any of his stuff. Isn't there other
There's one more I
there's
got.
other Netflix news?
That could affect the comics.
Sorry, somebody needed to do it.
there's the News Monkey sound effect.
Thank you.
He's in his own studio. I hear him yelling right now. He's
typing,
mad.
smoking cigarettes.
He is mad right now.
Smoking all
This could be angering parents. It's gonna affect our household.
Brace yourself, Manderson. Brace yourself.
Disney is now going to have its own streaming service,
Which they already had.
which they already had, but now it's going to go full blown.
Wait, they already had one?
It's the Anywhere. Disney Anywhere.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So which means
Tried it
since
for years. It didn't
they're
really work out
progressing
very well.
now. So all those Marvel movies and Disney movies that are on your Netflix account
And Star Wars.
and Star Wars, bye bye.
got to pay another
Bye-bye.
another $9.95 a month to another.
Because Disney's going to have it on their own thing.
Well,
Or you could
I-
just buy them all.
But I
anyway.
still
Or
have the
spy.
question: what happens to the Marvel properties that are on Netflix?
Oh. I would say Netflix keeps those. Because since their name is above it, and
So then we'll probably still have
The
stuff
audience
like,
says
you'll still get
Esteves is right.
Daredevil, I
we'll,
think.
we'll probably still have like X-Men and stuff like that, like the Fox
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yes.
But what about Spider-Man? Because he's both.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
But Spider-Man
Homecoming.
was Sony.
It's Sony, but it's also Marvel.
They haven't thought that one out yet. The mouse is thinking about it right now. He's in the office right now.
bunny.
He's-
The
he's-
bunny in the mouth.
And he
Oh,
misses
boy.
his first wife,
His first
who
one.
was killed.
There's empty
by
bottles.
Space Ghost.
In front of Mickey. He doesn't know what's going on. His tie is loosened. He's in the office. Disney.
He
Just
doesn't
jokes.
wear a
We love
tie.
you. That's Superman, Mac. That's Warner Brothers. Hey,
cool.
we love you.
So we'll
Okay.
see what happens.
So yeah,
Oh,
Disney have their own
boy.
streaming, and I have to actually buy Moana now.
Make
Oh.
way, make
You're paying
way.
1,000 down there, aren't you?
I am.
Okay.
That's your news.
Thanks, News
Thanks.
Monkey.
Back to the head of the show.
Hi,
Dr. Barrie.
That's me. So
Monkey.
speaking of Dr. Barrie, Dr. Barrie was in Vegas this past weekend.
Vegas, baby.
Viva Las Vegas.
Swinger.
Vegas, baby.
Baby Vegas. Yes.
and-
Swingers. Curtis, well done.
Yeah, good job, Curtis. So the reason I'm bringing it up now is because what I actually found out while I was there.
But
because
wait,
I was going to, yes?
What stays in Vegas? I mean, what's happened stays?
He wants to
When
share.
were you there last?
He wants to
Sharing.
share.
Okay, so
Sharing. It's gonna get
it's not
weird.
staying. It's
No,
it's gonna get
coming
weird.
home. It's coming home because
Comes back with you.
I went to
On the side of the
comic
table.
book stores, so
Aw.
crazy.
Way to live it up.
Yeah, I mean there was the truck in front of the store that had like the girls to you phone number.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But I didn't call the phone number. I bought the comic book.
Time out. Before
I
you-
like
before,
that he's
Good-
trying
good
to
call.
backpedal this.
before you get to the
Caleb,
story,
did he
Yes.
call the girl?
did you do what I do and just collect all those cards that are handed out to you?
The flyers.
Oh yeah. I actually didn't.
Because I do that. No, here's what I did.
This is why we don't take Esteves anywhere.
You trade them business cards for the Crusaders?
I did actually.
Yeah.
I did do that. That was one thing. But what I do is I collect as many like a stack about this big, and I put them in birthday cards to my family. That's not a joke.
Oh my
If
God,
they're
this is
watching, they know.
amazing.
That's real. They're gonna open
I
up
can see Joe right now being like, that happens. That happens in real life.
Christmas.
amazing.
Cindy, Tanya, what is this? Oh, that's my gift.
Always interesting Christmas at the Esteves household.
Vegas comes home.
So when I was in Vegas, I learned, fun fact, that Las Vegas per capita, which I didn't know what that meant until today.
You're welcome.
It is the largest comic book market in the world. Now,
world?
I don't. Yeah, there's a word.
That's where we're
Now,
going.
I don't
Not
know
the
if that
galaxy,
means
just
that
the world.
they sell more comics. Or they have more stores per capita. I don't actually know which one it is.
Why didn't you do the math?
Because again, yeah, stores, whatever.
Both. It's both.
It's
We're
both.
just gonna say
Let's
it's
go with
both.
So
Oh.
you don't
Why
have a
we try-
microphone, my wife.
Actually,
in the audience.
actually, there's a mic right there.
Oh,
We should
whatever.
Heckle you all day.
Anyway,
Good
so
job.
we went to a couple of comic book stores. One called Maximum Comics, which has
Did
three.
they have a lot?
The maximum amount of comics.
So they have 3 locations. So they did
Only
have
3?
a lot. They actually have a warehouse store where they can go get back.
Like
issues.
Mile High.
Yes. Yeah, it was really
Eh.
nice. It was really cool. The other thing I went to was Alternate Reality Comics, which is just the best. Like if you are into independent comics in any way, shape, or form.
So your reality was
He
warped.
has the Marvel. It was alternative. They have the Marvel. They have the DC, but he has so much indie stuff. It was a lot of fun. The guy name's Ralph. He's really cool.
Ralph.
They have like their own. The way Empires has Rolly, and Rolly is everywhere. He has this strange lizard creature that is everywhere. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. That's pretty much it. I just went to comic book
That was
stores in
2. Where's the
Vegas.
third?
Fun.
Third.
Oh, yeah, you said
What
3.
was the third? Yeah, I went to 2 Maximum Comics locations.
Oh, okay.
Because they have 3 locations.
Because Maximum.
Needs to the max.
What are you doing?
It's just wordplay. That's all.
All right, that's not really wordplay.
Did you get any cards?
Wordplay suggests entertainment.
They're entertained
For
in the back row
Samantha,
over there.
call 555.
That's all that
What?
matters. The live audience
It's actually
is
the number
entertained.
is 6969.
You're welcome.
You're right,
I'm
it
not
is.
making
It is.
that up.
Those girls aren't the actual girls. What?
Anyway,
So,
so speaking
Vegas.
of things that you should or shouldn't say.
In Vegas.
Segue. The next segment should or shouldn't.
Segue like Steve Wozniak.
Gee.
Like that?
Good, there we
Like
go.
that? Do you like that?
So-
Side note, you like Steve Wozniak, you should go to Silicon Valley Comic Con.
There it is.
Next April in
Steve?
San Jose.
We were there.
It was fantastic.
Bring your segues.
We loved it.
We met Adam Savage.
We met Adam
not,
Savage.
Not friend of the show, Adam Savage, because he
There-
told me to my face that he can't be friend of the show. Adam
Hey, but
Savage.
I met Steve Wozniak. He was
He's
nice.
contractually obligated to not.
And
be a friend of the
hey,
Oh, really?
technically, could we have slightly friend of the show Ming Chen?
show. Because he was drunk and looking. Never mind.
Adam Savage, guy who's seen the show.
Nope, not
Nope.
seen the show.
So
So
by the show.
But he was polite enough
the
to just,
should or
like-
shouldn't you
Yeah, that thing.
friggin' animals. Should or shouldn't. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring up comic books that we think should or should not be turned into TV shows or movies. So Manderson,
Oh, hey.
you're the guest.
Hey, man.
Oh,
So what I
that's
want?
true.
So I
Aw.
have everyone's lists consolidated here.
Because we get ahead a lot.
So we're gonna have brief discussion of mainly your points. So what do you think should be made into a TV or
Mainly
movie?
your points. Dang.
So I'm gonna do TV and movie.
Ooh.
I'm gonna start
One of
with
each?
the movie. Mark Millar just wrapped up Reborn, which was fantastic, and I think.
Brief synopsis, please.
Oh, sorry. He didn't tell me to do that.
didn't
I
read
just
that
do
one?
what he said. You didn't read it?
No.
I went to 2 comic book stores. And
There's,
was at
so
Disneyland.
Reborn basically is about this
Get out from
old woman who dies. That's the
end.
That's the beginning.
This sounds like hey,
everyone.
this is
Oh, the walk-off! The walk-off!
Hey, he didn't get as far. We gotta work on that.
So it starts off with she's dying, and
And then
then
she
she
dies?
wakes up, and she's not old anymore. She's like 22 and in her like ideal body again.
Who's Taylor Swift?
She's sure.
Bro, shake it off.
That, I didn't mean to make a Taylor Swift reference. I'm sorry that I did that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they got it.
but
She's feeling 22.
she wakes up
Okay.
in the middle of a battlefield, and she's got like this weird armor that kind of looks like something out of Star Wars maybe, and a sword, and so she starts fighting, and this helmeted guy comes over to her and it's like, "Hey, good job fighting," and pulls off the helmet, and it's her dad, who's also like not old and not dead. He's like big and burly and like warrior and stuff like that.
He
And
works out.
the story goes on. Her cat's in it. Her cat's the bad guy
Oh.
because all cats.
That makes sense. Cats.
Cats, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Basically,
Anyway.
it's everyone is. This is the afterlife.
Yeah,
Everyone
and
is
basically the
reborn.
type of life you lived in our life that you ended up on whatever side in the eternal battle in the end.
So all
Anyway,
the cats are evil.
The cat's evil.
so
Yeah, the
cat,
the
no,
cat
no,
is
no,
the
no,
head
no.
of
The cat was an evil cat. If there was a good cat, the cat could be good, but the cat was an evil cat.
Yeah, yeah.
She kills the cat. It's great. Anyway, so the movie. Sorry, all cats are evil, and all dogs go to heaven.
Where are the Campbell's Crusaders? Good night!
So
a really good one.
I'm not gonna say too much more because you're gonna read it and you'll be upset if I spoil more.
Okay,
Spoil
but she kills
more.
the cat, so I'm.
That's not the climax of the story either. It gets better. There's no more cat killing.
There are no cats in America.
Anyway,
There are
so
no
it's
cats in
a really good story. It's a really good take on like it's not like a super unique take on maybe what like the afterlife could be, but I like the way that he tells the story. It's compelling. You encounter people that you knew in life, and they take on different roles and stuff like that. And I think after seeing Valerian and what they did in there, that they could actually capture and do this movie, even though it's not a sci-fi, do it really well, get the graphics right, do all the illustration and everything the way that it should be, and be extremely entertaining. And it's Mark Millar, so
You saw
it's-
Valerian?
Yes. Oh,
That's a comic book movie as well.
it is a comic. Yeah.
But like you just said, it's Millar. And
So it's gonna be
Millar
good.
World is now owned by Netflix.
So it'll probably end up on
Memes.
Could
Netflix.
happen. There we go.
But it shouldn't be a 13-episode miniseries. It should maybe be.
You just angered
No, you think-
Netflix.
you
No, 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 no,
You
no.
want
I
it
think it should be a
You
movie.
think movie?
I think if you stretch it too far, it would just be
like Bright.
You could you could easily cut down that book.
So you want it to be like Bright?
Oh,
That's
Bryce
the-
Will
Oh,
Smith.
Will
That's
Smith
the
one.
Will Smith movie on Netflix.
With the org. Is that out yet?
It's Orc Cop.
Yeah.
I haven't
Not-
seen
not
it yet.
yet.
No.
It's Orc Cop, but it's a lot of money.
So that's
Sorry.
what about your shouldn't?
A shouldn't movie?
Yeah.
Movie. I chose the Nightfall story arc from Batman, and here's my number one reason: they've never gotten Bane right in a movie. And the first time he was strong and dumb, and the second time he was lame and smart, and they need to just like get Bane right. But it would be a great movie if
See
they
his
could
face
get
is all
Bane
that you
right.
need.
Dumb and he was small and intelligent and
He wasn't Bane. I know a lot of
He
people
wasn't Bane
like
enough?
Dark Knight Rises.
Nobody
but he
can see
wasn't
Esteves at this
Bane.
point.
he was a good character. He was cool. He added to the movie, but he wasn't.
He
Bane.
wasn't Bane.
Yeah.
I
They
was
could have
expecting-
given him a different name.
I
Maybe
He
was
was supposed to be a
the voice, there it
luchador.
is.
He was supposed to have like the
Yeah.
things and the
maybe
the
he could have
hoses.
been like one of his.
Don't do a Bane
Lieutenants
reference.
or
You
something
knew
like
he was
that.
going to do the voice. You saw the face.
The fire rises.
You think David Barrie is your ally?
Yeah, apparently.
Tom Hardy was awesome.
I'm not saying Tom Hardy was bad. I'm just
Let's say,
saying
'cause you
they
could say
wrote
you
a bad
Get
Bane.
paid right.
I love when he does that voice.
He was
though. That's
born
my
into
favorite.
David Barry. You
need
merely.
I
That's
need to throw
right.
Something.
I was born into David Barry.
Yeah.
You merely adopted him.
Yeah, you merely adopted David Barry.
I did not see Manderson until I was about to.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad. So I agree. They've never gotten Bane right.
Of course you do.
And it also
Even in Lego Batman.
of course.
it also wouldn't be a very good Batman movie because the whole point is that Batman's out of commission.
Yeah, that's. Well, it's. I mean, I'm not saying it should be a Batman movie. I'm just saying the whole story arc from.
Perhaps he's wondering why you come
Batman.
on the show
Yeah.
before you're thrown to the door.
You done? You good?
It'll be very
Get it all out. Get it all out.
Keep going. Go for it.
It'll
Go
be
for
very
it.
Knock his hat
painful
off
There
for
we
me.
go.
Just knock the hat
for
off.
you.
Nah.
Okay, fine. So
Can you
He's
get
not getting
paid
back.
right? Can you get paid
okay, Esteves. Okay, how about a should from you? What do you think we should make into a TV?
I
movie?
shall tell you when I'm ready.
Do it in the
Oh,
Bane
sorry.
voice. God, do you need to see the list?
I have two. I remember them. I remember them. I don't know why I had to
Because
look
one
at
of them is sitting in a stack.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be second. First, Witches by Scott Snyder. The man.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Scott
Follows
Snyder.
us on Twitter. Scott
Boom.
Snyder.
Hi, Scott.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Unlike Menderson soon, apparently, according to Esteves.
True. So Witches was my first Scott Snyder story that I read. I wasn't aware. Did he do anything before that?
Yes.
He did. Okay. So this is the first thing I read. We read it around Halloween time 2 years ago when we
years
were
ago.
still hosting the podcast in someone's garage. That was the living room. That time.
That
We were in the
was
living
The
room.
living room.
I thought it was the dining room.
May have been
One of those rooms.
I wasn't there.
It was a room.
And it takes a different turn on the witch story. Now you're all used to, the witches with Angelica Houston. You're used to the Hocus Pocus. You're used to those. These witches remind me of like the aliens from the Alien series.
Practical magic either.
Not practical magic either.
Xenomorph.
They're these creatures, and there's something weird happening in this town that this town is obligated to give to these witches. I'm not going to tell you because I think you should really read the story.
Cats.
It needs to be a movie. And because I just found out the rights were purchased by Plan B Entertainment. Plan B is Brad Pitt's company that produced The Departed and also did The Big Short, the Academy Award-winning film Big Short.
Wait, the whole point of this series is something that should be turned into
I
a movie.
didn't know
You
until
didn't know
right
until
now.
you Googled.
I did not know.
Couldn't have
until
Googled
right-
12 hours ago?
Didn't think I had to until just now.
24 hours
I was
ago?
looking at synopsis and like, oh, look at that, Plan B, Brad Pitt. How about that? Not starring, producing. He's producing it. He's not in the film.
be
But
weird.
Yet.
Plan B has had good success.
How about a shouldn't?
So a shouldn't from me is going to be because they've had way too many tries and they can't get it right. Fantastic freaking Four.
Preach!
Stop making the movies.
Yes.
It's done. You tried. You had 3 shots, 2 with the same
Sucks.
cast. You didn't do it. You did bad. Stan Lee's great. What saved his career was right in this comic. You're ruining it by continuing to make these movies. I don't care that Chris Evans in it. He's better as Captain America. Okay. And Jessica Alba, love her. I don't want to see her as the Invisible Woman anymore.
Guy from the Shield?
Yeah, Michael Chiklis.
Bald guy? Yeah.
The commish.
Yeah, Michael
Michael
Chiklis.
Chiklis.
Yeah, Chicklets.
Good guy, great actor. No more.
Not a good gum.
He killed Jax in Sons of Anarchy. Accidentally. Whatever. Spoiler alert. Go watch on Netflix. Okay? And
Show that ended 2 years ago.
Should've.
Not a
Ryan
spoiler.
Hurst is going to be at Stockton Con next
Yeah,
weekend.
Opie.
Yay.
Yeah, Opie.
Woo.
Right there. Let
you go.
pipe.
There's
Text
also
time.
a Sons of Anarchy comic book. This
Yeah.
is getting way off course.
Check it out.
Anyway.
Anyway, and then the remake with Michael B. Jordan. He's great in Creed. Don't want him as Johnny in Fantastic Four. Don't do it. Stop. Look.
Oh, God. No. No.
Stop. Go with the Fantastic Four.
Which is funny because they just announced they're doing a Doctor Doom movie.
No.
We had that on the
Yeah, that was
Comic Con.
the SCC.
Just him. No one else. Just Doom.
It'll be awful then.
It'll be Doom going to work at a retail store on the
I would watch
weekends. How
that.
much he hates it.
Just wearing a green
I
hood
would
and it's
watch
just like,
that.
He's wearing a green hood. Maybe he'll text the wrong person. Moving on.
I would watch that, though.
You good?
No, he's not. Give him time.
Okay.
No Fantastic Four.
Hey, Amy,
Hey.
do you have a should that we should make into a movie?
Into
or
a
TV
movie?
show?
Oh, yeah.
Or a TV show.
Okay, so it kind of tags on Manderson's current read. I would love to see The Wicked and the Divine, especially the first volume, which is the Faust Act. Which, if you
Faust.
the Faust Act. So the concept is every 90 years there are 12 gods that are born back into the worlds. And it's gods all lowercase g, so it's across all of the cultures, all of the religions. For 2 years they're hated, feared, and loved, and then they'll be dead.
You
Yeah.
you memorized the back of the book. That was impressive.
Hi.
That is the back of the book.
That is the back of the book.
Amy,
But
here. Look at the screen. Amy. Okay.
hey, I didn't see that.
Look at the screen.
Sorry.
Visual aid.
So, the storyline is following a girl named Laura, especially in the first book, and she's kind of a fangirl of the gods that are currently there. We don't have a full 12 pantheon at this point. We have 7 or 8. No, we have 6. Almost 7. And she likes and is particularly following and taken in under the cover by, spoilers, Lucifer. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Kurt. Sorry, I keep getting a microphone waved at me because I'm not loud enough. I'm just not. So she's taken under her wing by Lucifer, and some things go on, and this Lucifer also looks like David Bowie. Do you know what?
David Bowie?
Yes.
So
Like, before he died, David Bowie.
oh God. Well, yeah. I mean, I assume
We can be heroes.
it's just a skin and bones and
Just for one day.
It's not the Lazarus video,
The
Bowie.
reason I would totally agree with this is because
remember. Sorry.
Under
I
pressure.
remember when the show didn't make me want to shoot
Bowie
myself.
takes over.
So
Dog command.
That was before I came on.
yeah,
wasn't
before
it?
you came on, you jack. So the reason
jack.
it would be, as far as like logistics, it wouldn't have a lot of special effects. There isn't a lot. I mean, they have like big concerts and stuff, and they do have some magic, but not really a lot. Like it'd be really feasible.
We
for them
get to
make
see
this
like
happen.
a version of Prince and a version of Bowie. Because both they're did you hear
I princed just now.
Is that what? We're princing. So yeah, we do. We get to see all these, fantastic characters and rock
let's
star
go.
like characters.
We're gonna be a music podcast by the
Yeah,
end
this is
of the
gonna be terrible.
Sweet Baby Jesus?
So yeah, feasibility wise, totally doable.
And also because there's so many volumes, if the first one goes well, because it's mostly a self-contained story, it leaves you with a little bit of a cliffhanger. You could move on to the next book or move on to the next movie, and I really, really like it.
Yeah, because that's always the biggest problem with some of these is we're like, oh, that would be amazing as a movie, but you don't think they could do it right because when someone is drawing, they have no budget limitations. They can draw this massive, insane scene that a CGI artist is going to be like, no, I'm never going to touch that because it would take so long to do.
Well, Ready Player One also did that, but technically that wasn't a comic book.
Just want your extra time.
Thank you.
That was so worth it.
Rest in peace, Prince.
Amy, how about a shouldn't?
Shouldn't. 24.
Oh, like the 24 comic book.
Yeah.
But it came from a TV show though. So how is that? How is that?
Oh, good.
But that doesn't make any sense. It came from a TV show, so you're saying it shouldn't be turned back into a TV show?
Can I have this coffee mug?
He's using giant Jenga blocks to threaten us. Here, do you want the coffee? There you go.
I'm Mexican. I'm used to that. So keep coming, bro.
You're used to giant Jenga blocks?
Yeah,
Is that a
being
thing on the
threatened.
streets of Mexico?
Nora, in particular. So while I appreciate everything that 24 was during its time, and the gentleman over here who keep swearing, keep swearing. There you go. He's back in the frame at least. Okay. While I appreciate everything 24 has been to the TV show, if you hit me with a chair, I will kick you in the
Don't
nuts.
pick up the chair. Don't do it.
Yeah. I will tell Selena.
Still explain,
tell Selena what
explain the
happened.
reasoning. We got to keep
Okay,
the bit
okay.
going.
But for me, the comic books haven't really been selling, and I appreciate it, but I'm over it.
Wait, so it's based on the new 24 show?
Yep.
Didn't that already get canceled?
Oh, it's Steve.
Yeah, so it got canceled. So the world agrees that it shouldn't be a thing. Do you agree that it shouldn't be a thing? You love 24. How'd you feel about 24? What's it called?
That's the
Legacy.
point.
Legacy.
That's the point.
You can tell us your real feelings.
I enjoyed Legacy.
Oh, okay. Well,
It
And
was
then-
not 24, but I enjoyed Legacy.
And
have
then
you read the comic book?
Not one
Then
page.
Then Amy's right.
Amy's right.
as usual.
I don't like
And the world's
reference anything bad that's
I'm gonna
towards
give-
24.
I know, but you didn't even try to hit me with the chair. So
I
I'm
wouldn't
appreciative
do
of
that to you.
I'm not Piper.
Just
Hey,
Where's my mug?
Oh yeah, sorry, I gave his
Nah,
mug
it's
to
good. No, it's mine. Okay. Oh, it's still mine. Okay.
Okay, it's still yours. So, rapid fire now. Rapid fire. We're gonna go through one more each with minimal discussion. Jesus.
Wait,
so,
did you don't have any?
That's
I
right.
don't- that's the thing. I didn't. Yeah, no. I just wanted to add on to your guys'.
Oh, okay.
So
I was-
Manderson,
I was really
give me
interested.
another should.
Another should. This would be. I did movies for, right? TV shows. I
Yeah.
think I said East of West.
Yes, 100%. So,
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
yes,
Should, yes?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
100%. East of West.
East of West has some things. Do you want me to synopsize it again? No.
Nah.
We've all read it.
Now we
Have-
talked
if
about
you
it.
haven't
Alright.
read it, you
You
should
hadn't
read
read
You
it.
should definitely read it. What? Get out!
I can't do 2 walk-offs in one episode.
Okay, a push off
Another
counts.
push off.
Oh,
there it is.
oh.
All right.
Just start in the middle.
So East of
I
West.
read 2 pages.
It has things where there would have to be some
there would have to be CGI.
there would have,
butter.
but not a lot of
Not
it.
a lot.
There's like
It's
there's-
mainly a western.
Yes, it's mainly a western. They'd have to make some special sets, do some makeup for a couple characters. But like Wiccan Divine, it wouldn't have to have a whole lot of extra stuff that they would have to put a ton of money in. So they could do it.
They wouldn't have to have a lot of
Right.
a lot of characters,
Crazy,
costumes.
yeah.
They'd just be
But it
pretty.
needs good actors.
yes.
Need great
Just,
actors.
just the same with Wicked and Divine. It
From-
needs good actors.
From what I know from the 2 pages,
Ah.
if they can do Westworld, they can do East of West.
Solid.
And
point.
Westworld's outstanding.
Good.
Can
Good.
Brenner.
I have my mug back,
Right.
please?
No.
No,
And Manderson, you shouldn't.
My shouldn't was TV shows. I think I said Birthright.
Birthright.
Yeah.
And,
Which-
and
yeah,
you tried to
I
sell
wanna
somebody
hear- I
on
wanna hear
Birthright
your reason.
earlier.
But-
Birthright
Birthright's
is
great.
Birthright is fantastic. It is
But-
so good, but I don't think that they could get it right.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of magic and a lot of CG, and yeah, there's been TV shows and movies that have done that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, Harry Potter was pretty good,
Yeah.
I guess.
But it's more along the lines
But-
of like Galahad, except without
Yeah.
the singing.
I think it would be too difficult to do some of the things, especially like the Nevermind inside of Mikey, like doing that.
Spoiler.
Those scenes. Sorry. Well, if you haven't read it yet, you'll get there. Like, oh, that's what he's talking about, but it doesn't give a whole lot away. So, plus it's been out for like a year and a
guessed.
half, 2
No,
years. It's,
I would agree. I would totally agree. That would be really difficult for them, like feasibly. Like you have to have a huge budget because you have this whole other alternate dimension planet that they're coming from, and massive magic spells and all these monsters, and then you got some weird like dual personality things going on. That would be tough to recreate. I like your thinking, Manderson. You can come back in the show.
Yes.
Steves, let's see if you can come back on the show.
You get a gold star.
What is your other should?
Deputy Crusader. Was it Deputy? Is that
Your
what it is?
should. What is your should?
She's right here. She's been my stack for many weeks now. Hack slash. So imagine. Whoa, can we show that? Anyway, there she is.
She's covered up.
The bat says kiss it. Anyway, listen. Imagine Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween. Imagine Neve Campbell in Scream. They survive that horror scenario. And instead of just surviving going on with their life, this young lady, Cassie Hack, decides to take vengeance upon all these slasher killers. Now, it's not the actual one. She's not actually fighting Michael Myers or Jason. It's slasher killers like those characters. She basically goes to small towns, disguises herself as a high school student who dresses scantily clad at a party to attract the killer. And when the killer comes after her, she violently and in a very bloody manner kills them. And the baseball bat is one of the things she uses. Typically, the baseball bat has nails in it. She will use guns, baseball bats, anything that will cause death on those said killers.
Did you Google it to see if it was already picked up?
It's been
As
talked
stars.
about. They've yet to start anything, but it's been talked about for many, many years now. One studio, then
enough.
another studio, but no one's set yet.
And also, as far as like budget and everything goes, totally doable.
It's a horror movie budget,
Yeah.
so you have to spend that much. It's a strong female character. Look past the way she's dressed because the whole disguise she's doing, it shows what she's dealing with surviving the first time because family gets killed, and the vengeance and anger she has in her going after these beasts. And imagine the way Michael and Jason kill. She does that to them. So
Dig it. Do you
Hack
have
slash.
Do you have a second shouldn't? I don't think you did.
I don't. That's all I had was that one.
You're a very positive
Disappointing.
guy.
Yeah.
He was so angry about Fantastic Four that everything just fed into that.
Just stop
He's
it.
very passionate about
He's
it.
just like Chris Evans.
Just stop it.
Sure.
Stop it.
Whipped cream on your junk.
Doom working retail.
Wait, that was the wrong
That
movie.
was not another.
That was a
teen
great movie, though.
That was not
That was a great
We
movie.
could go for another one of those.
I don't
Hey.
want your life because they do that line in that movie too.
Amy, another should.
I desperately, for not just the kid in me, but for all the chillins, I want Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Agreed.
I.e. Lunella and Devil Dinosaur.
Yes.
Not only is it fun and smart, and she's the youngest super genius, she is the pinnacle of just, she's just damn awesome.
Cuss word.
Swearing language.
You have a T-Rex?
I mean, I think that the T-Rex.
It's basically Clifford the Big Red Dinosaur.
Yeah, it's basically Jurassic Park meets
Yeah.
Clifford the Big
You
Red Dinosaur.
you have a T-Rex?
And then you have Lunella who gets
Say
into
again?
all these situations and what?
Are you making
You have
Jurassic
T-Rex?
Park references?
We have a T-Rex.
We have a T-Rex.
Oh god.
We have a T-Rex. She gets into all these situations, and she's using not just common sense, and it helps that she's inhuman, and she's a minority, and she's a girl, and she's all these things, and she's a strong, positive, amazing female role model. And I don't care what age you are, and I don't care what gender you are. She just kicks. Insert expletives to
So good.
express sentence enhancers that helps this.
Adjectives.
Female heroine.
Look, I noticed. So I would really love to see it. I don't care if it's animated. I don't care if it's live action. I won't sit.
I think
I won't sit bad.
I feel like I just keep like being like budget. That's my point. Budget. Again, totally doable. I mean, it's set in a city. You just have to figure out a giant CG dinosaur.
Or you just get those inflatable costumes for Halloween. The big
Which is-
T-Rex dinosaur.
Which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
shout out to one of our baristas over at the shop that Barry and I work at, because we have a girl who looks just like Lunella,
Yeah.
and one of our other cosplayers has decided to get the giant inflatable dinosaur suit, and
Halloween.
Comes in red.
it comes in red, and they are going to be around SAC
And also
Anime.
comes in black.
Oh, Lucius comes in black.
I made a reference. A reference.
Thank
I
you.
said reference.
He made a reference
As that's
because
human being.
it's more liberal reference than a right
It's true,
reference.
which would be for me. That
A
totally
le-
makes
a
sense.
reference.
Okay,
I got
that
you.
makes sense.
I got you.
I'm a big hippie.
It's a reference.
Can I come out yet?
Yes.
Do you have a shouldn't? What is your other shouldn't? The
Fantastic Four.
last shouldn't of the night.
We also need to preface that I had the most of shoulds and shouldn'ts. I just made
That's- yeah.
like a
I'm-
6-page list before we even started.
We're
And-
gonna
Not a 4-page letter.
just send-
I'm okay with that.
This segment's gonna come
I'm
back.
Cover the
okay
eye
with that. I'm
with the
okay
hair.
with that.
What?
You can't do that though. He can.
What?
What's the shouldn't?
So DC has really recently been doing Warner Brothers character. Oh God.
What's up, bro? Hey, look, we're a Bulk and Skull.
I feel bad because what's gonna happen is if someone listens to this podcast, they're gonna be like, "What happened? What was going on?" in
Why
that
is he
10
Bulk and
seconds?
Skull?
Why
For
is
those
there
of you
nothing
only
going on?"
listening, David stole Steve's hats.
Put
it on
man,
You
backwards.
just have to
the scene.
watch it on the
On
K+Crusaders.com and on
Crusaders.com.
YouTube.
No capitals.
No capitals for
No
the internet.
spaces.
No spaces. No, if you notice while you're watching it, it came up on the bottom.
There it is.
Oh, there it is
So,
again.
so DC is doing crossovers with Warner Brothers characters, and aside from Elmer Fudd, which
Wonder
has
Woman
been
Taz.
and Wonder Woman and Taz, Batman and Elmer Fudd is fantastic. I don't want to see Legion and Bugs Bunny or Superman and Bugs Bunny as no, thank you.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny as
Nothing.
Super
That would
Bunny.
be really weird.
Super Bunny.
Just-
It's really weird.
Because we have
Well, the Martian Manhunter
and
and Marvin the
Martian.
Martian.
That'd be funny.
There's like every once like out of the entire run, there's been maybe 3 of like the 8 that turned out fairly well.
I could see them as like cartoons. Like,
but I still don't want to see that.
like no, that'd be fun. Just
There was supposed to be a kaboom. An earth-shattering kaboom.
like I think
There
that
was
would be.
there was no kaboom.
Yeah, I think
Do it again.
No, I'm not doing it again.
By kaboom,
The
you mean
joke already
explosion.
landed. I need to move past it now.
I want to dwell.
But
Let's
like,
dwell.
because like Yosemite Sam and Jonah Hex, like yeah, that wouldn't make any sense at all.
Incarnation.
As like
That
a
would be
real
good.
as a real thing, but I think it'd be funny. as a
Everybody
cartoon.
wants Marvin the Martian to come back, man. That's gonna be good.
Batman.
The Batman and Elmer Fudd. Seriously, you guys, if you get the chance to
actually is
find it,
really
it's a
good.
one shot.
look
It
into
is
it.
like it is Elmer Fudd. Pretty much, it's Elmer Fudd stalking Batman through Gotham,
Bruce Wayne?
and it's like, are you Bruce Wayne? and it's noir, and it's like kind of noir and seedy, and it's
You almost
really
said, you
funny.
almost said noir.
Noir.
Be very,
I'm having a problem.
very quiet. I'm hunting League of Assassins.
There we go. But yeah, and I had a mess more, but
Yeah, we this kind of has to end at some point.
Are you Roz? I brace.
Does it?
No.
does it
We can go
really?
on forever.
What?
No, I got to get up early in the morning. We should
Yeah,
probably wrap
you
it
have a kid and then a newborn.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Everybody at this table technically has children in some form.
Yeah. We all have kids.
I have I have
Cooking.
dogs.
You have
dogs
the-
you have the
and
youngest.
cats.
He has her.
Are your cats
and,
evil?
And my wife is pregnant.
There it is.
Hey!
Because for a second there, I was like, oh, God, not everyone knows. Man, he's cooking up some steak later. That's what I meant. Yeah.
My mom and dad.
Oh, boy. I found out on a podcast, David.
Grandparents.
On a podcast?
Everyone knows.
I'm 95% sure you mentioned it previously on the podcast.
Yeah, I also posted on Facebook and mugs. It was really
so this
cute.
Is the
Thank
entire,
God.
This is, I think, one of the first times at the entire table is parents.
Yeah.
Aw.
Piper, you're never invited back.
Ever.
Curtis.
Do I get a permanent spot?
Yeah, you're in. And Curtis, you got 2, so you got to get back on camera at some
Yeah,
point.
man.
Eventually,
You-
when we
you
can
look good
hire
back
production
there.
assistants.
Hire staff. Yeah.
So, speaking of the future, I think it's about time we wrap up this episode of the Capeless Crusaders.
Aw.
For the Capeless Crusaders, which you can find that all on the website, thecapelesscrusaders.com.
Waiting for it. Waiting for it.
There's
Yay.
the box.
thecablecrusaders.com, your home for anything related to the Crusaders, including our Twitter, Instagram, articles about us. There's a
Pinterest?
contact page. The contact page, which was used by a friend of the show, Scott Snyder.
Boom.
Anyway, for the Capeless Crusaders, my name is David Barrie at Dr. Barrie on varying social media platforms. To my right, as always, the one, the only, what's your thing?
Until next time, I'm writing you a 4-page letter. The Azorian one, Anthony Esteves.
How do you feel about the fact that The Rock covered up his famous tattoo?
So,
He got a new bull.
God,
Shush. You
wow,
need to look at it.
the end of our show, real quick.
I didn't think this was going to turn into a thing.
Love the
Specific.
bull. I think the new tattoo is crazy and also amazing. And now I can get a bull tattoo without people saying, hey, you're copying The Rock. Boom.
Cool. To my left.
Oh, me. Sorry. I got really wrapped up in that. Amy, you can find me
my
at
hero.
IJNewRobot on varying social media. I'm not Piper. Piper, do that thingy with the stuff and the marrying peoples and stuff. You, guy.
To the far left, joining us, our Deputy Junior Crusader.
Oh,
I
we
thought
got
I
it
got
doubled.
promoted.
nope.
A Junior Deputy Crusader. A Junior Bacon Cheeseburger.
It's a walk-off.
delicious.
It's a walk-off.
Just a glasses throw, sorry. I may not be the nerd that you need, but I am the nerd you deserve. I am Manderson at this Manderson.
That was good.
So good!
That was good. Well done.
For the Capeless Crusaders, thank you to our live studio on. Thank you to Empire's Comics Vault. Thank you for watching at home live. Good night.
If you smell.
Please no.
That was amazing.
I practiced the mirror for like 6 hours today.